Hi everyone, this is always my most popular video, food prep. However, now that Autumn has videos of her own up, I encourage you to watch those. I'm going to try to keep this video really short and to the point so I can just tell you how I food prep and just give you some of my tips. And I've got a little tickle in my throat, don't have any water around. If you haven't already watched Autumn's videos, please go do it. In the Beachbody On Demand video, I show you where they are and how to access them. So you go under Beachbody On Demand, find the Fixate Cooking Show, look under, I think it's called Foundational Videos, and there are 4 videos that Autumn has up, 1 on containers, 1 on pantry, and 2 on food prep. So right now, I want to quickly tell you how I approach food prep. It is a little bit different from her, but there are also there are lots of similarities too. The one thing, well actually there are 2 things. There are 2 bits of advice that I'm going to give you that I wish someone had given me. I mean, I was very overwhelmed in the beginning, and maybe someone did give me this advice, but it just didn't stick. But just remember these 2 things, please. Keep it simple, and it doesn't matter when you plan and when you prep, just do it. When I first started, Sunday was the day that you had to go prep food. That was always the post on Sundays. What are you doing to prep food today? And it would stress me out because Sundays just didn't work for me. Those were the time that I was spending time with family. I was not at home. I couldn't get to the grocery store. I couldn't prep food. It just wasn't happening. So I discovered Monday mornings were the best time for me. I would drop all my kids at school, and then I'd go to the grocery store, come home, be able to get some stuff done, and get us set up for the week. So again, it doesn't matter when you do it. Just pick a time to sit down and do it. Now, the very first time you do it, it will take a while. The longer you do it, the easier it gets. Now I can go shopping very quickly. I can come home. I know what my priorities are, what I need to clean, what I need to chop, what I need to get done, and things like that. So it does get easier. The first week is always the hardest. I do recommend going in with a plan. There are so many great examples of plans out there. I'm going to try to post them in our file section. I have them kind of all over the place. I know there are people who do Excel spreadsheets. There are people who just write or type it out. And then I have a school teacher friend who actually has written it out in crayon and has color-coded it with the containers. So there's lots of stuff that you can do. I wouldn't stress yourself out. That's why my other tip is to keep it simple. Stay off of Pinterest. It's funny, I always see people creating 21-day fix boards when they first start my program. I'm like, no, don't do that to yourself. It doesn't have to be that difficult. You don't have to search all these 21-day fix approved recipes. We already have a lot of recipes in our file section that have been tried and tested and made over and over and over again. Many of them are kid-friendly, most of them are easy, and all of them are delicious. So I would go there first before I would start Googling or before I would do a Pinterest board. If you really feel like you have to do a Pinterest board, do it on Shakeology and do it on Shakeology recipes. Those are the ones that are most approachable and easy and don't stress you out too much. But I've just seen people get stressed out about meal planning, especially when they get Pinterest involved. So again, approach it however you like. Find what works for you and your family and go with it. It's just really important that you do it and that you have a plan and you get it done in advance. The key is having things ready and having things cleaned out of your pantry so that when you're hungry, you have something healthy that you can go to. What else do I want to say? Okay, so once a month, I go to Costco and I get my staples, things like big things of spinach, really big things of spinach. I get all my Greek yogurt there. I get all of my ingredients for homemade granola. And another way to keep it simple is have the same thing for breakfast. I know when I started, I circled all the things that I liked that were breakfast foods, and I went out and bought a lot of them, and half of it I threw away. I have found that I love Greek yogurt. I make homemade granola every other week. I put either blueberries or strawberries or something like that on top, and that's my breakfast. I don't have to think about it. You can have your shake for breakfast. With lunches, I also say keep it simple. Have a salad and mix up your different toppings, protein, different cheeses, make different dressings, make it, if you need variety, figure out a way to get that variety in there, but also keep it simple. And then if you want to experiment, if you want to try new recipes, do it at night. This first round, if this is your first round, I definitely encourage that you keep it simple as possible so that you're setting yourself up for success. Don't complicate it by doing fancy recipes every single day. Don't complicate it by trying to make a different thing for lunch every day. Make a big batch of something, make extra, freeze it for later, make a big salad, make a lot of chicken and cut it up and portion it out for the week. You'll see on Autumn's videos how she does it, and you definitely can do that. What I typically do is just make one big batch, put it in a container, and then I just use my colored containers as scoops to kind of sort it out for that day. But again, I'm typically home for lunch during the day, and it's easy for me just to prepare it on the fly. But if you need to take it into work or something like that, you might want to do it like Autumn does it. So I think that's all I want to say about food prep. This is the shortest video on food prep I think I've ever done, so I really, 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 really hope you're going to watch Autumn's videos. You just have to. I decided to focus my energy this time around on outcomes and helping you create that vision for yourself so that you're getting the outcome that you want after the end of each round. So drop your questions below. Let us know how you food prep. And again, if you run into any issues or questions, just reach out to the group, and don't forget about the many, many yummy recipes we have in the file section of the Facebook group.